sit over here.
Greetings. Welcome to our Happy Basins Brazil trip part 2 presentation.
That's your own lines.
What is it? Oh, okay. So I'm going to, as always, check my technology and make sure that I'm here with you guys. Sometimes it takes a second to come through on Facebook and YouTube. I have prepared a little recap of part 1, if you guys didn't get to watch part 1 that we did Monday night. And that is just a little 3-minute recap. And then if you guys are interested in what you see and you didn't see part 1, then you can go watch that. All right. And tonight we are going to see more of the folks from the village that we met in part 1. As well as kind of get a look at what we do when we're looking for snakes at night out in the water. All right, let's see. I have the Facebook up and just about here on YouTube. I don't see us on YouTube, but I do see us on Facebook. Just about here, you guys. We always have to have a little bit of technology issues. If not, then what would a live be, right? So I am not showing up here on YouTube. And I am going to actually run upstairs and see why.
What you're looking?
It's not on YouTube.
That's what I'm on.
You're watching on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, well, I can't see it on my phone or computer, so. All right, you guys, hello. Larry says that we are here on YouTube and Facebook. So for some reason, I'm just not showing up with it on my Facebook. So for some reason, here we are. All right, hello and welcome. I'm excited to get on with our adventure in Via Pedreira. Via Pedreira. I asked one of my friends the name of the village. And Pedreira, it's Pedreira, and it means quarry. So it's the quarry village. And that was fun and interesting to learn. And I've also got a few more people's names to share. Hi, Nan. Thank you for coming. I want to give a shout out to Tara and Ted. I know you guys are either starting to enjoy or fixing to enjoy your fish tacos. Ted, thank you for working so hard to prepare those beautiful meals for Tara that go according to her eating goals. We're so proud of that, you guys. Yay. Good job, Ted. And Tara says, I just found you on YouTube. Thank you, Tara. Everything's good. William Blake, hello. Thank you for coming, William. Erica, thank you for your love and support, Erica. We always appreciate you very much. All right, so I have to put my phone to the side now because text messages are coming in. My sister is actually messaging me and I've been trying to get a hold of her, so she won't know that I'm here tonight. In case you do log on, Tara, I want to say I love you. And we do have a lot of confusion because I talk about Tara and Tara with Larry. So I always have to say Tim's Tara or my Tara. All right, you guys, let's get rolling. Hosoj, Soj. I always try my best to pronounce names. It's difficult in so many different languages. You have this letter or that letter is silent And H is pretty commonly silent, and we have Soj here. It's HSOJ. All right, you guys, here is your 3-minute recap of the video. So let me move over here. I think it's better if I just do full screen on the video so that you guys can see it. And these are just some short little clips out of, yes, Ted is a stud. Hi, Elson. I love you. I miss you. All right, you guys, here are just the highlights from part 1 for 3 minutes. Enjoy.
Hello, here we are in Belém, Brazil. Oh, that's so sweet.
On our way out to the jungle, we came across this little venomous snake and decided to give him some water. And that was a real highlight of that drive, a 5.5-hour drive.
Loves it.
Oh, sorry. Back to the video.
Instead of killing the venomous snakes, we give them water. Oh, look at them. Yes. Junior drove us for 5 hours today with all of this stuff packed up in his car. Off we go down the river. Fabio, Mark's down inside the boat there, and we're off.
So I just wanted to tell you guys that little recap was just kind of the travel that we took from Belém getting to the interior part of the jungle. And when you guys see us in the boat, that's actually the next morning. We stopped off and we slept at some friend's house, and I am going to show you those folks at the end of the video, because if you remember that part of the video, I actually got ill. But we're going to keep going here.
Left the hotel this morning at 5 a.m.
After this truck ride, this is the next morning on the boat right here. And it was just beautiful.
Hello, my name is Alessandra.
And for you guys who don't remember, Alessandra is where we stopped because our boat broke down. So we were stopping everywhere and asking for help.
So they've been taking.
And that is how we ended up with Alessandra. Oh, sorry, you guys. Here we go. We did come a long way. We just had a slight problem.
Hello, my name is Alessandra.
Here you see Alessandra's husband and her mother and her children. This is a very welcoming family.
They really were, you guys.
Perfect.
Very
Thank
sweet.
you. As soon as we got to camp, we were here about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And Fabio brings me this little tiny baby Jaja.
I was so in love with that little
Oh my
lizard.
goodness. Yay. We're here.
This was the very first night with our host family. And so they were just getting a little taste of all of the group pictures that we were going to be taking.
We're in Brazil, and these are our hosts who are hosting Mark and I while we're here.
We had to chainsaw our way up the river so that we could
And now
camp.
we made our camp, and we'll stay here for a few hours before we head downriver paddling. Fabio prepared us a delicious meal of beef, carrots, rice, and eggs.
So at this camp, you guys, Fabio prepared us a meal. We took the river up, chainsawed our way through so that we could come back at night with flashlights, slowly just rowing the boat, looking for the animals that we were trying to find. So that camp that you see was just someplace that we stayed for probably 4 hours or so.
Look at that tattoo, you guys. Now that is a striped Batesii right there.
So this is the next morning. We did have an uneventful night. We did not find anything that I found worthy of videoing. And plus it's dark out there. So this is the next morning here. And you guys might remember the ladies took me out swimming, and that's what these videos are.
We're ready for our tour, and we have a whole slew of tour guides here. Hello, hello.
You guys got to see part of this tour.
My hammock is in there. And so when I come down here and I walk down here for my bath, this is where we take a bath, right in here. I just stand in the water and wash my hair and kind of swim the soap off. I just swim around in here. And this is lumber that they've been bringing down the entire time since I've been here. And of course the
lumber was a
children
lot of
are
work.
always behind me everywhere I go here, which I love and appreciate.
The children
I
were
wouldn't have
always
it any other way.
A Bela não te disse que eu sou tua melhor amiga?
Yeah, yeah.
É, eu sou a tua melhor amiga.
Mm-hmm.
sweet, precious babies. There's Isabella.
This is the road where they've been taking the wheelbarrow. I showed you guys the lumber down there. And
All right, you guys, so that was the end of the recap. And when we ended the last video, we were just about to walk up this road. And this part of the video is a little bit long, but it was a 1 hour, 20-minute full video that I took of the tour that they gave me around camp. And you guys got to see the first part of it in part 1, and then they took me on a nature walk. So that's what you're about to see here. And the interactions and the moments that we shared together were precious, amazing. They will speak for themselves here.
I said they've been taking it in a wheelbarrow. Well, they're taking it on this road here. And so here we all are, walking down the trail. It's so beautiful here, you guys. And then, you know, they've already brought me 2 iguanas. And they love Jaja. Oh my gosh. Every time they see a video of Jaja, they're all saying, Jaja, Jaja. See these skid marks in the dirt. I was looking at the fella pushing that wheelbarrow full of lumber down this hill, and they have to like hold it back, so it leaves these skid marks. Oh, we're gonna get to see a wheelbarrow. I see one up there. Hold it like this, and then pull it down the hill. And all of this lumber is on top of here. And then when they go up the hill,
That thing was heavy, you guys. Just as it was heavy. I'm not exaggerating, but it was.
Não, não tô pensando.
okay. Now you guys see how the wheelbarrow works.
And you guys, I'll tell you, they were carrying that lumber back and forth up and down that road. And I'm assuming that they're probably getting the lumber possibly from another port somewhere. Usually you do see roads out there, but the big stuff is carried in boats. So it's highly likely that they're picking that lumber up from another pier that has a bigger boat that can get to it and then bringing it down that road. So I really don't know how far they're carrying the lumber, but the lumber was coming back and forth. Empty cart going up, full cart coming down the entire time I was there.
It seems like they have very little here, but like Isabella asked me if I was rich, because of course to them I seem like a very rich person, and I told them that they are rich. Having all of this nature makes them rich, and I got a pretty good translation on my phone to explain that people in America who are rich work their whole lives very hard to make lots of money so that they can retire and live simply like they are right now. So they got a little head start on us. Even though we have a complete language barrier, we have a very good communication. just really, a lot of times, of course, you know, the children are talking and talking, and I just say yes, because I can tell that they are just saying things. But when we really need to say something to each other, we do have good communication, and we use body language. We laugh a lot because of the way we move to say things to each other. So that's been fun. Communication's been fun. And thanks to Isabella, I have good translation. She's been typing the translation in for everybody else. So she's been a huge, huge help.
I just want to pop on real quick and say thank you to Bear. Thank you, Greg Bear, for being here. And yes, it was crazy with the lumber. Just the amount of work that was being put forth. The children were so fantastic. Like I said, with the communication, the way we're dancing around and moving and trying to be real animated. We had so much fun trying to talk to each other and figure out what each other was saying.
This morning, the boys up there brought
These
me
guys just
an
brought
iguana,
me this
a little baby little iguana who was so cute.
Zaza.
And I kept trying to put him back on the tree, and he didn't want to go. He just wanted to stay in my hand. Yeah? Ah, yucca. So this is the yucca plant, you guys, and this is the root that they take to grind. Back when I showed you the cassava processing, and yucca is cassava is the same thing. The words are transferable. So this is a major crop for them to have all this yucca, the cassava. Just the laughter in the background and hearing everybody talking is interesting and fun. It's so heartwarming being here with all of these people, you guys, and being so loved and accepted. It's just amazing. You know, I'm a foreigner coming into their house and they're treating me so special. It's very nice. I guess the dog came running because a gunshot just went off. Yeah. Okay. So let me check this out. I may not do. Wait, one moment. No. Me. Americana. Yeah. Obrigado. So, one moment. She wanted to take me down this trail here, and you guys can see that it's quite overgrown. It's not like this trail that we're on. So I was concerned about bug bites. So I had to say no about that because I'm wearing shorts. I definitely like to be in my boots and my pants for a walk like that. Look at that little tiny girl carrying that big baby.
And just real quick, I'll tell you guys that they do have chiggers. If you know what chiggers are, you know why I didn't walk on that trail. I live in Arkansas. I'm from Tucson, so chiggers were new to me when I moved to Arkansas, and they are not fun. And they have the exact same chiggers there in the jungle as we have here at home. So staying on a well-traveled path is a very good idea.
Everybody takes care of the babies. I can hardly even tell which baby belongs to which people because of the way they all take care of them together. But they're always together from one house to the next. So they're a very tight community there. Ah, thank you, Isabella. Isabella just took the lid off my water for me so I could have a sip. Obrigado, Isabella. She's a very good helper. Mi amiga. Isabella has been my best friend since I've been here in this village. She's been extremely helpful, very eager to learn. She's a very good student, and she likes to practice her English, which is fantastic. And like I said, she's always typing in my translation app so that the other people can ask me questions and get answers. Isabella and I were sitting down by the river on my first day here, and we were just singing Little Mermaid and different little songs. So this morning when I got up, I went and sat with the family and had a little cup of coffee and Isabella asked me to sing a song. So I noticed that when they were in church the other night, that they were singing songs that I knew. We had fun singing church songs and children's nursery rhyme type songs, you know, like Itsy Bitsy Spider. We had a lot of fun doing that. And then Isabella got her phone out and sang some beautiful church songs. We really enjoyed our time this morning. They're telling us to come back. I don't know if we're returning. It looks like they might be showing us something. I don't know. Yep, they're looking up in the tree, so. Animal? What?
No, nada.
No animal? Oh. We're gonna return.
So I decided to leave this part in there because it was an absolute perfect example of our communication or lack of communication. Because they were looking up in the trees, I was totally sure that they were seeing an animal, and I asked if there was an animal, and she did that with her hand. So to me, there was going to be an animal up there, and it was just a really good example, which I'm going to just reiterate all of that right now in the video.
That's one of the things, is the miscommunications. For example, like I asked if there was an animal and she said yes because she didn't know what I said. So I thought there was one up there, and there wasn't. There are a lot of times that I think they understand me or they think I understand them, and I don't.
Te abandonar, te escolhi, eu sou teu Deus. Padre, eu pedi, com pouca fé se eu temi, e hoje eu posso ver, fui muito além dos meus pensares, são tantas bênçãos pra contar, 1, 2, 3, o que fez por mim. Deus, eu tenho tantas bênçãos, posso em minha vida enxergar. Quantos mais vejo os detalhes, sua bondade eu posso encontrar. Pai, enquanto eu viver, sempre irei me lembrar que ainda que sejam infinitas, suas bênçãos eu irei contar.
Very good. Beautiful, beautiful.
You guys, Isabella loves to sing, and it was hard for me to cut out any of that song that she did. I wanted the whole thing on there, and multiple other songs that she sang, especially when we were singing together, but I didn't have my video out during those times. And sometimes I'll take the video out and everything stops. So I do have to be careful how much I have the video on, or find a new way to present my camera so that it doesn't shut everything down. All right, back to our tour.
Wow, you guys, I'm telling you. You see, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go anywhere. I just stay here. I wish I could know what was so funny.
I do wish I knew.
Me? She wants me to sing. I am going to sing one of my Christian songs that I know from Praise and Worship. The song that I'm about to sing, Larry and I had it in our wedding. It's always been a real favorite of mine. It's real upbeat, and I just like the whole vibe of the song. I got a river of life flowing out of me, makes the lame to walk and the blind to see, opens prison doors, sets the captives free. I've got a river of life flowing out of me, spring up a well into my soul, spring up a well, and make me whole, spring up a well, and give to me that life abundantly. Hallelujah. Thank you, Isabella.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, You guys, I would probably have been even more animated if the camera weren't on me. I just love the fact that I can just be myself and have fun, and I don't have to have any inhibitions or be embarrassed about anything, because we're all just here having fun. But in front of you guys, I'm a little embarrassed about the singing.
That's
She's
true.
just chatting away and holding my hand and asking me questions, and I wish I could answer. And I've found oftentimes when they ask me questions and I don't understand, sometimes I'll give a full explanation about something. Oh, yes. And at my house, I love my animals, and you have all the animals in nature, don't you? Yes. Yep. See, she's nodding too. But she has no idea what I said. So it's just a
We all do
universal
it.
form of communication. Here we're nearing.
And something I just want to say, you know, when we're talking, it's not always very important to understand exactly what each other are saying, especially in these situations where communication is very difficult and takes a lot of energy and time. Sometimes it just feels good to share, and the other person is enjoying your tone fluctuation and your animation of what you're talking about, and nodding your head and saying, yes, okay, can mean that we understand many things, maybe not the specifics of what's being said, but the children do it to me. I did it to the children. We all did it. But like I said, when we needed to communicate something important, we did it. We were able to.
The end of the trail where we went in. My hammock is over here, and that's my camp. And I gave one of the boys some Brazilian money to clear out my space here. And each time that I've tried to give these children money, they will not accept it. But I was very adamant that they take the money, and so they did, and they were very happy. So I know that they were happy, but it was so polite. They're so polite.
All right, I'll say again, when I went back to watch that part, I almost cut it out, because what if the children weren't happy that I gave them money? You know, I didn't understand their culture, and I didn't think about it until I was watching that video again. But I tried to offer the children money for being great photographers and for clearing that space under my hammock, when they were just so happy to engage and spend time together that maybe they didn't like me offering the money. And when they were saying, no, maybe that wasn't just polite. Maybe it was something more that I don't understand. And by the time I did think about Isabella and all her help, and of course, my first thought was to give Isabella money. But then I kind of started thinking that that's just not significant to them. So I ended up giving her the thing that I had with me that was the hardest to part with, which is just silly because I can get another one, but you'll see what that is coming up. Let's keep going here. This is the church. We spent a lot of time in the church. It's a place where everybody gathered, and you guys will get to see some more videos of us in here after we finish this part of the tour. We ended up coming back in because everybody was singing. And they're
Right,
evangelical.
tour.
They get very loud.
There's my laundry hanging over there on the wire. And this is the house of.
And just another thing real quick, I mentioned my laundry just a second ago, and I do that laundry down in the same place where I take a bath. And I had forgot to mention that.
The pastor of the church who's been hosting us. And we just even though our hammocks and stuff are over there, we've been keeping our bags over here, and this is where we eat and everything. There's Mark's bag, and one of my bags is back behind the door there. And then this is the pastor's wife. This is our hostess, and she's the one who took us swimming in the canoe today.
Delani.
She's been extremely hospitable. Oh, look at what a surprise. I didn't even know these fellows were in here. Here we have Fabio and Mark enjoying a nice meal. We have all of the kitchen supplies and these cabinets And Fabio's been cooking. You guys will see some videos of Fabio cooking. As soon as we got to camp today, Fabio starts cooking. Fabio is a very good cook.
He's always cooking.
Fabio is always cooking very delicious food.
Yes.
He has chicken here. Every day we have something delicious and different. Fabio.
And before we finished watching some of the meals that Fabio prepared, Fabio actually bought a little gas stove, a gas camping stove to take out to the bush with us, out into the forest. And then we ended up staying in the small villages instead, and he never had to use the gas stove. But I'm putting him to work in April, and we are going out in nature where there is no stove.
I told you guys Fabio loves to cook, and here he has prepared another meal.
One meal right
Here
after
it
the
looks
other.
like we have some beef, rice, and
Beef,
beans.
Bruna.
Very good. And some bruna.
Feijão.
Feijão. I don't know what that is, but
Look,
I bet it's
look.
going to be good. Oh, yes, a delicious stew. Very nice. I told you guys that Fabio was extremely hospitable and accommodating, and look at him standing here cooling my food off for me. Fabio is showing us a paca, which is a large rodent, and also the main meat that we eat in the jungle. And again, Fabio creates another fabulous meal. I showed you guys the photo before of Fabio holding the paca in the bucket, and now here it is. Fabio.
Okay, look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good. Wow, look at that bone. That's fabulous. The lime, and the onions, and garlic. It's curry?
Yeah, curry.
Very good. Thank you, Fabio. Thank you.
Bonito.
Muy bonito. All right, you guys, so he did it again. Fabio has made this delicious meal with potatoes.
And I would just like to say the potatoes were specially made just for me, and they were so delicious.
And you can see the chives and the onions, and look at all that butter. And the rice, everything prepared very nice. The onions, curry, and here we have the paca. You guys look at that paca sizzling in the pan. Absolutely fantastic. Fabio, you rock. Oh, mis zapatos. Por favor.
So you guys got to see some of the meals that Fabio cooked, and he not only cooked those meals, but when he's chopping the onions and doing each thing, you would think there was music going on in the kitchen because he's like moving like an artist, like you would imagine. He was not only a very good cook, but he was enthusiastic about what he was doing and really enjoyed it.
Obrigado. So this is the master bedroom, and then here is the freezer. They do have a shower here in this house.
That was the only house I saw that
Obrigado.
had a shower. I don't know if they all
So she
did.
brought me my shoes, mis zapatos. And then out here, usually right there is where the kitchen sink comes out, where the running water is. And so far there have been chickens and ducks all over here. It's cooking here. And he has a little audience here. They have a washing machine here and a little storage area. And here, gasoline, a motorbike. And then this is the bathroom. Cashews grow wild here. So, where's this tree? This is the cashew tree. And there are just cashews on the ground everywhere here. Look at the size of those. So that's pretty amazing. This is one of the canoes, simply carved from a tree. And you see these canoes all over the place. Sounds like there's a boat coming in. Maybe we can get on there. Come on. Bota. And she has all these nice plants in front of her house too. I want to get out here. You guys can see the boat coming in. Oh, here they are. Hello! And that's the pastor and his wife and their child. And this is the boat that we've been traveling in. And the pastor's wife is pregnant. And they do have, this is their little girl. And she hates the video. Dude? Hello, Dude. And now Isabella is showing me some fresh mangoes that they just got. Mango. Very good. But I'm about 95% sure that it was a fresh mango off the ground. That made me very ill because this is the end of our tour. You guys had a wonderful tour of this village with 4 homes, 4 beautiful families, the church, and you got to see the boat and the piers and the animals and take a nature walk. So thank you so much for watching. Ciao.
Ciao.
So that was just the end of the tour. That was the 1 hour, 20-minute long video that I had just done a full tour of everything. And then we ended the tour, but walked over to the church and it was filled with babies. So we went right in. You guys can have a look at that.
Pra ninguém, mas contigo eu sei que eu não vou desistir. E vou
I'm feeling all these babies. Look at these little fat legs. Oh my gosh. These babies are so precious. Such a precious baby. Yes. So what you guys see is after I got done playing with the babies, then I went and laid down for a while and they had church. And after church, I got up, everybody was talking and everything. So I got up to socialize and then they were asking me if I wanted to do something. And I really just wanted to go back to sleep because we were getting ready to go out on the boat all night. But you know, sometimes you just have to realize you could sleep at some point in your life and you just have to stay with the people. And that's what I did. And that's what you're about to see right now is a little bit of that, very little bit of it. We are here in the pastor's house and this is the pastor's wife. And I don't know everybody's name. The only name that I'm very good with is oh my gosh. Even though they didn't have a clue what I was saying, they could tell that I completely lost what I was going to say next. And I just loved the way everybody laughed so heartily at that. Okay. Here we are in the pastor's house where we've been hosted since we've been in this village here in Brazil. And this is the pastor's wife. I have not learned everybody's name. The only name I'm very good with is Isabella. So let's go around and get everybody's name. You guys know me. I'm Amy Batesii. And you?
Qual o
nome?
Ramunda. Isabella. Joane.
Qual o nome?
Duda. Bracinete. You? Fabriane. Ovidio. Very good. We have had so much fun here, you guys. It has just been so welcoming. We've had the best hosts, and you guys have seen the videos. It's been just an absolute blast. Fabio, one moment, por favor. You guys can see how you guys know Fabio. Fabio is our guide, and he's the one who brought us here to meet all of his friends. Thank you, Fabio. Okay. Obrigado, Fabio. Viva Brasil! Viva Brasil!
Viva os Estados Unidos!
Viva América!
We are about to see some of our footage from nighttime, and I think this is coming up. It looks like I included just what it looks like looking around with flashlights. But before we move on, I wanted to say, when you see us all sitting in a group and then, somebody yells, "Viva Brazil!" We do that a lot. We do the same little things a lot because all of us enjoyed doing something together as a group. And it was just fun to know for sure that when you said one thing, the whole group was going to respond with participation. Those moments were more than just the yelling. There was a real communicative, I don't know if that's the right word, just a feeling of community, camaraderie, and love during those moments when we were all yelling together. All right, here we are at night, that same night.
You guys want to see what it looks like out on the boat? You can see Fabio and Mark up there shining their lights into the trees. There's Fabio's light. And there's Mark's light. We found a little Amazon tree boa here. Here in Brazil, they call it a Cusco boa. Cusco boa.
The head is here.
Where?
Look where I'm shining there. Look there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let him come
You get it.
this side.
You can get it now. It's gonna bite, but
Yeah.
Normally we wouldn't
look, the head is there.
really bother with the Cusco boas,
Beautiful.
but since we weren't finding our emeralds, we decided to just
All
get
right,
a
guys,
couple
so this
snake
is the
videos.
first snake that I got to touch in Brazil. He's probably going to bite me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
These snakes are notorious
He
for
definitely
biting.
stinks. He definitely sprayed me. So we're going to wash him off and make a little video with him. And we have to put him right back where we found him, because in Brazil,
That's the law.
yep, it's the law. You can't keep the animals. So I'm just going to wash him off here because he's very stinky. And
I
make
can
it
get
a
you.
little-
Before I move on, I just want to clarify, when we talk about in Brazil, we have to put the animals back, because Mark is my Suriname guide. I don't even know if I remembered to mention that in part one. And I hired Mark to travel to Brazil with me from Suriname. He had to get his passport. It was his first time ever traveling. And he said, I never imagined in a million years that my snake spotting skills would get me a passport and travel to another country. He was very excited about that. Mark is very, very good. And those guys that were out there were so impressed with Mark in so many ways. His skill with the paddle on the boat, his ability to spot the snakes from far away and know exactly what kind they were just by their eye shine. Mark was spectacular, a real asset on this trip. And I would hate to ever have to go back anywhere looking for snakes without Mark. So that's just a little bit of that.
Good, right?
So far, I have.
I just remembered what I was actually going to say. It was the fact that I brought Mark from Suriname. And if you guys have followed any of my travels in Suriname, then you know that in Suriname, it is legal to export these animals. So when we find highly desirable animals like a red Coryllius hordelinus, the Amazon tree boa, a red one would be very desirable. So any hunter or trapper who happens by that red snake or a green emerald, they'll take it and put it in a bag and sell it to a middleman, and from there it goes to an exporter. Well, when I take my trips to Suriname, where that is legal, all legal, normal, everyday procedure of money making, I get those animals from the hunters as well as anything that's visible on the side of the river, and we take them deep into secret locations and hide them where there are plenty of resources with good fruit trees that the rats and birds eat, to make sure there are plenty of resources for the snakes. So in Suriname, where it's legal to trap and trade these animals, we try to save as many as we can from that happening. And so in Brazil, when we're talking about the law, we're talking about the difference, because in Brazil, you do not remove animals. We can touch it, take some pictures with it, and put it right back where we found it. And that's all.
Not gotten a bite. So we'll just have a little look at him. He's real pretty.
Yep.
If you guys can see, he's really nice and orange. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
The first snake I got to touch in Brazil on this trip.
Yep.
Very nice.
And this was my fourth time
Bye-bye,
looking for
Cusco
emeralds in Brazil.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Cusco.
I normally go farther west.
Back to freedom.
Back to freedom. Today's your lucky day. Thank you.
Yeah.
The video is dark, but I'm gonna just show you as much as I can. He's going to go check to see if that's an iguana or an emerald. And it is all, can you shine the light all the way up there? It's all the way up there. And he's gonna go check.
Before we move on here, I'll tell you guys, again, if you've followed any of my Suriname travels, you know that in Suriname, Mark uses sticks, and he can put 3 sticks together and reach unbelievable heights. I have videos of some of those unbelievable heights, 12 meters or more. We can reach animals with those sticks. But in Brazil, they're not out there catching snakes. So they have to just they're taking us to do something that they do not normally do. And there was somebody who knew how to climb a tree, so we took him with us. He's an excellent tree climber. And so he just went up the tree. You guys will see the rest of the story here. But like I said, in Suriname, it is not this difficult to get the animals because it's always been legal there. So they've developed all kinds of different ways to do it much easier.
I don't know if you guys could even see how fast that went, but
It went so
completely
fast.
disappeared up in the
It
trees.
was dark. I didn't even see him get
You
up
can
there.
see his light moving. He just climbs right up that tree like nothing.
Yeah, with no shoes
On the
on.
ground just 1 minute ago, and now he's all the way up there. He's just going to check to see if it's an emerald or an iguana. We're going to back up so that we can shine the light where the guys originally saw it. And all they've seen up there is just a green color deep inside those leaves. I mean, how the heck they see that green within the green, I'll never know.
Iguana.
All right, so all that work was for an iguana, but, you know, it's better to check. We found another Amazon tree boa. Look at this little tiny red thing. This is our second Cusco boa, and you guys know this as an Amazon tree boa or Corellius hordelinus. So here he is, and he's gonna get to go back free too. So we're just gonna let him go, but you guys can have a nice look at him. He's just beautiful. Look how bright he is. This is the second really bright red one that we found tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're on a good track, you guys. We found 3 of these guys tonight. So finding that Batesii is right around the corner. We just
Always stay hopeful.
That's true.
Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it. Isabella and I are going to take a bath, and here I have all of my shampoo and soap. We have some ducks to swim with us. Ducky, 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 ducky. And so this is where we will bathe. I asked if we could bathe in a shady spot, but here, yes, see, you guys can see all the duck poop, and I really don't like that, but hey.
I do try to do what everybody else does and live like the people live, but sometimes I can't. And this was one of them. I agreed to take the bath here, but then I just couldn't do it.
Here we are. We've decided that this is just too dirty, and so we are going to go to another spot over there where it's cleaner. It's not shade and it's sunny, but it's cleaner. So off we go.
And it was fish guts and duck poop all over down there.
We've gone back and forth on different places to take a bath, And we finally decided to go to the best spot since this is my last bath on this trip here. The children are going to take me in a boat and we are a canoe, and we're going to go over to the nice little island spot where we took some videos yesterday.
You might have noticed that I corrected myself when I said boat. I switched it to canoe because the children kept correcting me. Every time I said boat, they would say canoe, canoe. And another thing I want to say here is I really felt like the thing I try so hard not to be when I'm in the jungle with the indigenous people. And that is a, hard to please person. But that particular day I felt bad because first I asked for a shady spot for the bath. And then the shady spot was dirty with fish guts and duck poop. So then they took me to another spot and the water was very shallow and stagnant. So then they just decided that they were going to take me to the very best spot. And that was super sweet. So off we go, just the children and me.
Here's our boat captain. Okay. Here, it's okay. It's okay. Here, look. It's okay. Here we are on the little canoe, and we are getting ready to go take our bath. And I have my shampoo and soap here in the bag. And we have the best boat captain in the village. All right, so off we go. This is so special. The fact that these children are taking me on this boat ride to go take a bath is very special. We have Isabella everywhere. Yes, she is my village guide. She's been helping me with all of my translations and everything that I need here. I am gonna miss her so much. I'll even show you. I'm literally just tearing up right now.
You can't tell because I'm sweating just as bad as I am tearing up.
Isabella, me no want to go.
Yes.
So I wouldn't mind leaving if I could take her with me. Yep, tears are pouring out of my eyes right now.
Não chora.
Sí.
Don't be
Alegre.
sad.
Alegre.
Be
Sí.
happy.
Don't be sad, be happy. That was so sweet, you guys, that she just told me to be happy and don't be sad. Okay, here we are. I'll see you guys again. And here we are at our swimming spot, and we just had a new arrival. We are going to have some extra guests for our swimming. Very good.
Yes.
Some of you guys know me for my aerial gymnastics and aerial equipment in my house. I wanted to be
I
up there
love
so
it.
bad. Oh, I would have loved to bounce from that thing up there. That's it.
Okay.
She wanted to race many times. We raced many times. You know how kids are.
Eu já é acostumada a fazer. Pega daqui, ó. Assim, ó.
No me?
Já.
Ja.
Igualzinho, né?
Iguana.
Iguana já.
Zaza.
We had fun. We built a bunch of different animals and wrote stuff in the sand.
Brasil!
A Emily veio me visitar. Aqui, minha amiga Emily.
Hello.
Yes.
The kids were excited that the boat made waves.
All right, you guys, these kids make this look really easy. For me, it is not easy.
Cuidado, cuidado. Já lá. Pegar a tia. Cuidado, deixa muito perigo. Vai pegar ela, Thaís. Jota, cuidado. Jota, cuidado.
Hurry up, go get her, hurry up. They all came out there to save me.
It looked easy. It's not easy. It's no fácil. We had a very successful bath, and now this baby is rowing us home. All right, very good. And of course, we have Isabella.
Of course.
Eu não quero dar o remo pra ninguém, porque a bicha fica sacada.
Very successful bath, you guys, in this beautiful, beautiful river of Brazil.
Okay.
Bumper boats. You don't have to go. You don't have to go to golf and stuff to do bumper boats here. We had a wonderful bath, and now we're back at camp. Unfortunately, we're going to be leaving here soon. Here we are. This is our last moment here with our beautiful friends who have hosted us so beautifully. Viva Brazil!
Great being here.
And a hug. Big hug. Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Everybody
Love,
participated
love,
in the
love,
hug.
love.
There was so much love in that hug, you guys.
Since I've been here in this very small village, Isabella has been my best friend.
Has anybody noticed yet what the thing is that I gave to Isabella?
And it has been such a pleasure spending time with her. In gratitude for the love that she's shown me, I have given her my absolute favorite shirt. Thank you, Isabella. Obrigado, obrigado. We finally get to have Isabella's mother here, and this is the person who has raised this beautiful, beautiful girl to be exactly who she is. Obrigado. Yes, Isabella, muy fantástico. Muy fantastic. Thank you. Obrigado. Obrigado.
That's Isabella's little sister.
Ciao. I love you. I love you.
You didn't know what I was saying.
What a beautiful photo. Bone photo.
Ó, I love, eu amo vocês. I love you.
I love
You hear Fabio's telling them what I said because he just realized that I was saying I love you. Nobody knew what I was saying.
you. Mi amore tu.
Sometimes Spanish works.
Pegue me one kong baka.
Oh, I wish I would have stopped that. Mark said, tell them I want to come back. He wanted to give them a message that to make sure they knew that he wanted to come back.
My best friend. And it has been such a pleasure spending time with her. In gratitude for the love that she's shown me, I have given her my absolute favorite shirt. Thank you, Isabella.
I just went back to this part.
We finally get to have Isabella's mother here, and this is the person who has raised this beautiful, beautiful girl to be exactly who she is. Obrigado. Yes, Isabella.
I was trying to go back just a couple seconds, but it didn't really work
Muy
out.
fantastic.
Now I don't want to mess with it. So we'll just watch this little bit again.
Thank you. Obrigado. Obrigado.
Next time I'm bringing shirts for everybody.
Ciao. I love you. I love you.
Okay, then there's going to be a moment of
Beautiful
silence, and then you'll
photo.
hear Fabio
Bom,
realize what I
bom
was
photo.
saying and give them.
Ó, a
Tell them.
Love, eu amo vocês. I love you.
I love you. Mi amore tu.
Pegue me one kong baka.
Okay, that was Mark saying, "Tell them I want to come back" in Taki. Mark absolutely loved it. He cried as much as I did when it was time to go. And something really amazing, I'm crying again right now, that happened on this trip. So many unexpected things, you know. But to see Mark get to experience what I experienced when I visit him and his family in Suriname, Mark got to really understand how it feels to be that loved and accepted. And he truly felt it because he constantly had tears in his eyes and he didn't want to go and he just can't wait to get back. So that was a really beautiful thing was for Mark, you know, never realized I was his guest. He didn't realize really what it meant. That was a beautiful outcome of all of this.
Here we are. We have been hosted in this beautiful house, and these are our hosts here.
All right, so these hosts are the same folks that we stayed with at the very beginning in part 1 and in the recap here on this episode tonight, this part 2. You guys saw we came in on the long car ride, 5.5-hour car ride, and then we did a 1-hour ferry ride, and then we did a I can't remember how long the car ride was, probably about 90 minutes or so, or the truck ride from the ferry to the village. And once we got to the village with the folks who you're seeing right now, but this is on the other end of the trip, but on our way there, we got to the little village that night and we were supposed to go look for snakes, which Mark and Fabio did go. But I stayed back because I had a terrible outcome from what I believe to be the mangoes that we ate at the pier. So I stayed in that night and we stayed at their house and I didn't make any videos or do anything because I didn't feel well. So now you guys get to see the house where we stayed on the way in and then again on the way out.
Who have been keeping us with a good shower and providing Fabio with a kitchen to cook all of his delicious food. We have just had a fabulous time here. Thank you guys. Okay, one picture. You ready?
Yeah.
Another thing I want to say is while we were in this village, we got there early Sunday morning. And when we got there, church was going on. And when church got out, this is a much bigger village. Probably, I didn't count, but I'm going to say maybe 20 or 30 homes in this village. And the church had a lot of people. And it's a community place with the big major soccer field that all the people came and played soccer later on that Sunday. And of course, I'm thinking, you know, I want to go all of those beautiful ladies dressed in their beautiful clothes for church. And then I know they were all going to eat. And I got dressed and I was going to walk over and socialize and take pictures and videos because everybody enjoys it. But I just didn't have the energy. And I also slept through the entire soccer game. So unfortunately, I missed those things. But I'll tell you guys what, thanks to many of you, and especially Tara and Ted and Kyra, for really telling me how enjoyable it is to listen to the tales of my time with the people. And I never do post my time with the people because it's not the snakes that I went looking for. But I think I've found a new treasure in my snake adventures. And I will definitely be working harder to bring you guys more footage with more details about the people when I go on my travels. I'm really enjoying sharing this with you guys. Thank you for being here to enjoy it with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. All right, guys, here we go. Our very last night here on the river. So
And I had taken that last video with the folks at the house because we were going out that night and we don't get back till, early wee hours of the morning. So that's why I said goodbye to them before we went out for our last search, which I think this is just about to end here. But I'll tell you more when it does end.
This is going to be the night that we're going to find the striped Batesii. And we're very excited. We're going to a really good location. We're going to go do the best we can while we're out here and hope for the best. As nice as it is to get home to the modern day comforts and conveniences of my everyday life, I do not want to leave here. It's always very hard to leave. I cry every time.
This is it, you guys. Look at that view. Look at that. I was standing up in the boat taking that video. Absolutely beautiful. Well, you guys, that was part 2. I had to stop because I ran out of time and I really wanted to do this tonight. And I have one more part of this video. We're going to finish up on the river, make our way back to Balim in part 3. And then in Balim, I am super excited for you guys to meet Luciana, our friend that we met right on the street of Balim. So you guys can stay tuned for part 3. I'm excited to share that with you. I've also, before I say good night to you, I also want to tell you that I've been inspired by you guys being interested in my travels. And this was my 10th trip. So I literally have tons and tons, if you can quantify video by weight, which I don't think you can in the case with using your phone. But I have so much video footage of all of my trips from Peru, Colombia, Brazil, trips with Allison, trips with Kyra, markets that we go to, time we spend with the people in villages even more remote than you see here in this video. So I am really inspired to just put together some, maybe 30-minute videos in chronological order, because if I don't have to dig through my videos looking for this particular footage or that, and I'm just doing chronological order from what's in my cloud, I can put these videos together more easily. And I'm so excited to get to share more of them with you guys. I just want to say so many of you guys have been here tonight. I've been watching you pop up here on my phone while the video is running. Burton, Alexander, Eric, Roger, Miranda Goff. Miranda, her husband, and I think we're in college together at the university years ago. And Tony, Daniel, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And you guys, I am on Facebook and YouTube, so if you hear me respond to a certain comment or something, it could be on one other than the other. Tara, thank you for being excited for part 3. And Tara said something I really liked here. She said, it looks like so much fun, and the best thing in the world is when adults can still be kids. So yes, Tara, Tara, not just Ted, but all of us can take notes on that, because it does feel good to just be one of the kids. You guys, I'm signing off. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll get part 3 finished, and I'll just post it like I did this one. When I finish it, I'll be there. But tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, don't forget, we will be doing our HappyBasins room tours, where I'm going to take you guys upstairs and introduce you to some of the animals that we have in rehabilitation and some animals that we rescued. We adopted for rescue reasons. So you guys can come and check them out. Get a look at Jaja. She'll be with me. She's always a great helper when I have the camera on up there. All right, I'm leaving for real. I love you guys. Bye. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Tara.